Good evening and welcome to SAT TV's Channel 9 Evening News. I'm your presenter, Nisha Charles. Thank you for joining us. Among the major developments, Tropical Storm Isaac moves closer to Dominica. Grenada takes steps to improve cyber security. Prime Minister Samaras says Greece needs more time for cuts. And in sports, the WICB has announced the women's squad for the World 2020 tournament in Sri Lanka in September. Details of these and other stories after the break.
Support local, support SAT Telecoms Ltd, the people's choice. Join hands with SAT and come in and sign up for your digital internet connection today. The fastest broadband digital internet. Why settle for imitation when you can get a better choice? Choose from our 5 packages. We've got the warm-up package going at 256 kilobytes for $28.75. We've got the breezy package at 1.5 megabytes going at $57.50. We've got the Maverick package at 3 megabytes going at $69. We've got the Jet Stream package at 4 megabytes going at $126.50. And we've got the Warp Drive package at 6 megabytes going at $241.50. So come in today and join in hands with the family of SAT Telecoms Ltd and sign up for your fastest digital broadband internet service today.
Thank you for staying with us. Now for the details of the news. Dominica remains on a tropical storm warning with regards to Tropical Storm Isaac. A tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area, in this case within 24 hours. At 8 a.m., the center of Tropical Storm Isaac was located near latitude 15.7 north, longitude 58.4 west, or about 200 miles or 320 kilometers east of Dominica. Rain bands from the leading edge of Isaac started to move across Dominica from just after midnight. Isaac is moving towards the west near 19 miles per hour or 31 kilometers per hour, and this general motion is expected to continue for the next couple of days. On the forecast track, the center of Isaac is expected to pass near Dominica and Guadeloupe later today and tonight, and emerge over the eastern Caribbean Sea by Thursday morning. Maximum sustained winds are near 45 miles per hour or 75 kilometers per hour with higher gusts. Additional strengthening is forecast during the next 48 hours. Rainfall is expected to be within 4 to 8 inches, some flash flooding is likely, and residents in low-lying areas are advised to take the necessary precautions. The Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, has issued workers who are not emergency personnel to stay home and take necessary precautions to secure their homes and families and stay away from areas prone to landslides and flash flooding. Residents along the coastline should also be mindful of possible high sea swells. According to the Chief Fisheries Officer, Mr. Andrew McGlure, the fisheries sector in Dominica has developed over the years, overcoming many barriers, challenges, and has reached a stage which many can feel proud.
For the contributions that this sector have meaningfully made to the growth and development of Dominica, as well as the growth and development of the social fabric of our people here in Dominica. This sector integrates with many other sectors in Dominica. We integrate with the tourism sector, we integrate with the trade sector, we integrate with the agricultural sector, and by virtue of all of our cross-cutting integration issues, we've come to a very critical point in our development.
Mr. McGlure says the sector needs to be guided by a clear documented protocol for which they will continue to develop the sector,
or from which the sector can be steered along a path of development that will take us some 30 years into the future with some visionary outlook as to what our expectations of that sector will look like down the road. So it is very timely for us, and I think you should all feel very privileged to be a part of this process, to be involved in the formulation, in the shaping and the development of that vision for the sector for the next 25 to 30 years.
He added that the sector is constrained by some of the limitations under the financial arrangements with the project, therefore they need to work with the time frame that they are given. Regional Manager Ms. Sandra Grant says over the years the European Commission has developed strong political and economic relationships with countries such as Africa, the Caribbean and the Pacific region.
Fisheries is one of the economic sectors that have received continuous support from the European Commission through the European Development Fund, both at regional and national levels. The ACP Fish 2 program is entitled Strengthening Fisheries Management in ACP Countries. It's financed by the European Commission under the 9th EDF Fund. The global budget for the program is some 30 million euros, of which 20 million is allocated to 78 ACP countries, and for the Caribbean we got a little over 3 million.
She added that the overall objective of the program is to contribute to the sustainable management of fisheries and improving food security.
The program started in June 2009 and will be implemented through a period of 4.5 years to terminate in December 2013. The Regional Facilitation Unit, the Caribbean Office in Belize, continues to coordinate activities and initiatives of the program in Antigua and Barbuda, the Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Dominica, Dominica Republic, Grenada, Guyana, Haiti, Jamaica, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, and Trinidad and Tobago.
Consultant of Sofreco, Ms. Jo Gascon, gives further details on the project.
This is my second time of coming to Dominica. I was here in April, and that first phase of the project was, I guess, what the project document calls a diagnostic phase, where we're trying to understand the sector, understand its problems, its concerns, its aspirations.
Junior Tourism Minister Ms. Katwani Kaban has sounded a call to businesses for financial assistance to host a one-day health and wellness symposium. Ms. Kaban, who presented on the promotion of the wellness sector, has been critical in enhancing Dominica's tourism product, won that title at the CTO's conference in St. Martin on September 17, 2011. Ms. Kaban says that the idea came about when she attended the State of the Union address in St. Martin last year and has been working very hard along with the team to set up the symposium.
Well, we have a core committee which consists of Mrs. Judith Pestena, former president of the Hotel and Tourism Association, Mr. Afri Mate, local hotelier, Mr. Swanson Carbon, local businessman, Daphne Vidal, she's our representative for Discover Dominica, and myself. This is our core committee, like I said, and we have basically been doing the whole planning, organizing, getting the resource personnel, breaking down our budget for everything that we'll need, getting sponsorship. We've had to write a lot of letters, go to a lot of places. Our biggest problem is getting sponsorship, but apart from that, we are very thankful to Garway Hotel for allowing us to use their conference room.
Ms. Carbon says that Dominica's topography makes it ideal for promotion of wellness activities and is well known for its centenarians, thus making healthy living an ideal component of the Dominica tourism product. She added the main objective of the symposium is to give the youth, the general public, which includes stakeholders of the tourism industry, a greater knowledge of the importance and benefits of the health and wellness to our tourism product. Ms. Carbon also mentioned the symposium will spread knowledge of obesity and CNCDs while promoting our local teas and herbal remedies.
Well, we're trying to make it very interactive. We're looking at having free resource persons who will speak on what is health and wellness, how can health and wellness be incorporated into your lifestyle, your business, and your tourism product, and why should you use health and wellness, the financial and economical benefits. We are trying to get them to do displays and trying to have question and answer segments because our main target is the youth, and we know the youth tend to get bored really quickly, so we're trying to make it as interactive and educational as possible.
She mentioned that we must go beyond the market in Dominica in terms of sports tourism, in addition to our local remedies, our natural cuisine that we do market as our food, all part of using what we already have as a means to bring in more people to the country.
Our main objective is just to give the youth and the general public, which of course includes stakeholders of the tourism industry, a greater knowledge of the importance and benefits of health and wellness to our tourism product. We also want to just make everybody more health conscious, spread knowledge about obesity, about CNCDs, chronic non-communicable diseases. We want to also spread knowledge about our local cuisines and how they can be used in more ways than just parts of our tourism product. We can market them for, prenatal uses for athletes. We really want to just sell what we have in a way that brings about sustainable tourism.
Ms. Carbon sent a message to get sponsors to come on board to make the symposium a success.
Well, we're really thankful for the sponsors that we do have, OD Brisbane, DBS Radio, Fitness Plus, but of course, everything has a cost and we really, really need sponsorship to make it happen. So I'm just calling out to all the business places and even individuals who want to play a part. It's a wonderful initiative, and for us to realize it, we need financial aid.
The symposium is carded for Monday, 27th of August 2012 at the Gary Hotel's conference room from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. In light of the many challenges faced by businesses in the current economic climate, the Business Institute for Leadership and Coaching, the CILC, Action Coach, hosted a workshop on Tuesday, August the 21st. The workshop, which was held at the Fortune Hotel, is a series of workshops throughout the Caribbean islands to assist business owners and their sales teams in providing excellent customer service. Managing Director of the CILC, Mr. Ian Blanchard, says such workshops are very important for the persons in sales to take advantage of.
The workshop is really targeted at any individual supervisors who are involved in sales and service, anybody who's actually helping clients or trying to sell to clients. And what we really aim to do is to first of all get the individual to understand themselves and them to understand who they are, why they do what they do. So we use an intelligence profile or personality profile. And then we lay on top of that some sales skills, because we believe that sales is a skill and it's something that can be learned. So we really want people to get the understanding of, first of all, what it means to be themselves and who they are. And secondly, how do they understand others? Because before you sell or serve people, you need to understand people. So we really give them that foundation.
Mr. Blanchard says, in addition, they will focus on sales and sales skills so that employees will have the capability to persuade clients from prospects to being return customers. The workshop focuses on the persons in the customer service sectors so they can improve their sales and service skills and know how to secure sales more effectively.
Customer service people or sales people need to understand themselves and how to respond to different situations, how to react to different type of individuals, different type of personalities. And that's really the core and the foundation in getting them to first understand who they are, why they do the things that they do, and then how do they respond and identify different types of personalities so they can better serve others. So that is a very, very clear objective of the session. Then we want, on top of that, we want to teach them how do they actually sell. What is the route to what we call solution selling? Instead of just peddling a product, you want them to be able to take the time to understand individuals, understand the products and the solutions that they sell, not just simply peddling something. So we teach them sales skills. We take them through the sales ladder. We take them through the key reasons why people buy. We teach them how to handle objections. And then we teach them how to service clients, how to identify different types of personalities in clients, how do they be able to help people through a situation with managing their emotions in the process. Because obviously as service people you find that you're constantly bombarded with different types of personality.
Mr. Blanchard pointed out, as sales representatives, we must be able to manage our emotions while resolving the issue of the clients.
Right? People are the ones who provide customer service. And unless we address the people themselves first, in giving them a sense of value and sense of who they are, then the service issue is never going to be addressed. So our principle is really to, first of all, help the individuals to address themselves. Because you see, when you go to any service provider or you go to any institution, the individual behind the desk is the individual themselves. They have issues, they have personalities, so they must first be able to handle their own issues. And once they understand how they can have skills and techniques to deal with those issues, then they're better able to handle themselves. So first of all, we are really looking for people to become better people. Because better people make better families, better institutions, better countries. So for me, in doing a session like that, we want Dominicans to become better people first. Because in becoming better people, they become better employees, they become better family members, they become better citizens, and the country in a whole benefits.
The Managing Director of the CILC says such workshops are vital to customer service. However, it is up to the individual to take what is learned back to the workplace, to then do a much better job.
It's easy to do a workshop, I mean, it's great, but what happens thereafter? How do people get impacted and how do they change their behavior? So we're really about getting people to understand themselves so that they can change behavior, because otherwise the workshop would have been useless.
Mr. Blanchard went on to explain the stages of the workshop.
Well, we covered it. The three main sections of the workshop is mindset and the whole ability to understand self. The next one we talk about is a little bit of understanding of emotional intelligence, and why people do the things that they do, because we believe that in your ability to understand self and others is a key skill. So the emotional intelligence piece. Then we have the sales piece in terms of teaching you how to sell and how to manage the sales process, and then the service process. How do you move a customer, an individual from being a prospect or someone who has an interest in your business to somebody who buys from you and take them up to someone who actually rave about your business into a raving fan. So that's the key areas that we're going to cover throughout the day.
The workshop is dubbed Creating an Extraordinary Sales and Service Culture.